Thought I'd make a little update video. It's been, what is it? It's August now. I think last time I made a video was maybe sometime in April, maybe before. I was kind of looking at my last video and I was like, funny, I was just taking a look and my room was a lot cleaner. Super random side note. But really, I think I just wanted to kind of talk about some of the not really recent events, but I know back then in April, last time I made a video, I was talking about these like recurrent infections I was getting. Like I was getting like pharyngitis and tonsillitis symptoms. Like it would last for like 3 or 4 days, 5 days, 3 4 days, and then I'd be good for like a few weeks, and then I would get the same symptoms again. It was really weird, and that happened like it was a cycle. It happened like 4 times, like no joke. I was like, kind of got worried. Working in healthcare and stuff like that, I started thinking about like, oh man, did I like, I don't know, is my body's immune system really crashing? Like, do I have some sort of like dangerous infection? But I had to ground myself, and I was like, this is recurrent pharyngitis. It's kind of weird that it keeps happening, but I was like, maybe the cycle will break, And I think if it had gone on for a few months, like I'd say like 2 months or more, I probably would have, really, really, really been concerned. It was in the back of my mind, but it would have been something that I had mentioned to my rheumatologist, but the cycle actually ended up breaking. I think it had actually been a few months, but I think sometime in like late May, maybe early June is when I noticed that I didn't get it anymore, which was nice. Like I've been good from an infection standpoint, knock on wood. Have been doing pretty well. Again, it wasn't enough for me. Those symptoms weren't enough for me to stop the injections. So I just kept continuing with my Simponi injections once a month, and things have been going pretty well. I still need to stretch. I think that's so important. Like now, what am I coming up on? Wow, I'm on like 11 years with this now, because it started when I was 17. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 20. And now I'm 28, almost 29, almost 12. Well, I guess next year would be 12 years. So, like, I think around 11 years right now, actually. 11 years and 1 month I've had this. And I feel like it's hard to say whether it's progressed. I definitely feel like tightness from time to time. Intermittent morning stiffness, but it doesn't last very long. Overall doing very, very well. I couldn't ask for a better response from the drug. I think the biggest thing is, and they preach it all the time, is, again, stretching. And that's something that I've really been slacking on. I don't stretch at all. But it's really hard to develop that routine, of just stretching daily. I suppose I go to the gym and stuff, and I have that routine. Maybe I have to just start stretching before, but then I'm always tight on time, and I'm always like, I want to prioritize the gym. And stretching, it's fine, but I really need to get into the habit of that, or maybe doing it before bedtime or some type of routine. But I think that'll of course serve me well. And you have this disease, of course, it's very important. It's like a cornerstone of what you should really be doing. Because I definitely am tight. But from a medication standpoint, things have been going very well. I have a new rheumatologist with the university system. I have my second visit with her in like a week or two. I think actually in like 10-ish days. And I think she's pretty happy with the way things are going. I will try to ask her if I can get some more imaging. I haven't had an x-ray of my back in like 10 plus years. She'll probably, follow up the question with, oh, are you having any symptoms? And because sometimes they won't get imaging if it doesn't change management. But I don't know. I would argue that even if I'm not in pain, I'm still having some stiffness, which I guess is normal course of the disease. But I want to make sure that there isn't something indolent happening where the back is fusing or whatever. And it's subclinical from a standpoint that I don't really have any pain associated, and it's just happening in the background. That's a fear. That's actually like one of my biggest fears. I know these biologics can help slow down the progression of the disease. I remember my first rheumatologist telling me when I was like 17, it's probably in one of the one of my very first videos, that these biologics, that they show great promise, in that they can slow progression, in some cases put people in remission and stuff. I would argue and say that I would say that in the past I would always be like, oh, I'm in remission. I don't necessarily know if I'm in remission with the medication, just because the stiffness is still there from time to time. But if anything, it's low level activity of the disease, because I'm doing pretty good overall. But I will ask her, see if I can get any updated imaging. Yeah, really hoping that things go well from that standpoint. I do feel like one thing is, I mentioned in the past, and maybe this has something to do with with my tightness and the fact that I don't stretch, but I feel like, there's different ways to grade how much oxygen, how much air you can get into your lungs, and my total lung capacity. So the amount of air that I can kind of breathe in with like deep inspiration, I feel like it's probably a little bit less than the average person, just because I feel like it doesn't hurt when I breathe in or anything like that, but I feel like I'm like somewhat restricted from tight muscles. It's subtle, but I don't know. I feel like I'm somewhat restricted. But again, maybe that could be something that's just like I don't know if placebo is the right word, but it's something that's just in my mind, because I know I have this bias that I have this disease, and I wonder if it's affecting my breathing, and I'm just psyching myself out. I don't know. I am pretty active. I go to the gym. I mentioned that in previous videos. I box as well. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. It's pretty high intensity stuff, more so for the cardio as well as learning the techniques and stuff. A lot of body twisting and stuff. And I can keep up. I don't like really tire easily, so I guess my lungs are working. My lungs must be working well, like decent. Could I be in better shape? Yes, I could do cardio, but I slack on that. But yeah, that's essentially my update. No more infections for now. Knock on wood that things continue. From a pain standpoint, I'm at a 0, 0.500, I would say. It's just that sometimes I'll have this intermittent stiffness. My muscles feel a little bit tight. I just need to stretch a little bit more, I think. And just kind of a recap, I guess, repeating myself, and then just, my follow-up appointment soon. We'll see what my rheumatologist says. If I need to get any repeated imaging, I'd like it just to kind of see for my own benefit if there's any progression. Because again, last time I got it was like 17, or maybe got it when I was 17. Maybe I got it close to 20 as well. I'm forgetting now. It's been well over 5 years that I've had imaging though. So we'll see. I hope everybody's healthy. I hope everybody's happy. I've mentioned this in other videos. I always appreciate the questions. I get pretty busy, so I'm sorry. Sometimes can't answer some stuff. But I try to. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's as pain-free as possible. Yeah. Until next time.